Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentle jammers, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, the most delectable and tuna-flavored Chupacabra man here today, and we are about to go on a space voyage into the retro world of lasers in the 80s with Spacecats with lasers, the outer space. Why yes, it's the latest twin-stick shooter coming out tomorrow on Steam that is made by Bitten Toast Games in conjunction with a number of other developers, including my pal Daniel SND. At least I believe that's my pal Daniel SND. The one that I'm thinking of, he's involved in all kinds of crazy game dev projects, so I could certainly believe that he is involved here. So, Spacecats with lasers, what is it? It's a twin-stick shooter. We and our cat-like self, we have been kidnapped by the rats, the evil rats, and probably a couple of mice too, and we have been imprisoned inside of their neon space arena, and we have to fight our way out. There's really no other option here except to explode everybody and see if we can't escape. And this is our little cat here. We ride on a giant block of cheese to add insult to injury. And what kind of character can we build? So basically, as we do better and better in this game, we can customize our cat so that we can look all sorts of crazy ways. Like we could ride a giant scrambled egg or a giant egg roll. In fact, I'm kind of digging the egg roll. It makes me kind of hungry to go out to like a Chinese place for lunch. Ooh, we could ride a box. Oh, that's the legendary battleship of all of the great Spacecats. That's the good stuff right there. But what we have right now is we just have the basic cat with nothing added on to it. We just have regular kind of like brown tabby with a piece of cheese, and that's what we're gonna use to ride into battle on. So without further word holing, I'm just going to play a new game on... It starts out on easy, but I might move up to medium as we go along here today. So let's just show you guys what the regular base game looks like, so we can kind of get a baseline. So we start out here on a rocket-powered piece of cheese, and we gotta fight these evil rats that spawn out of these little puffs of smoke here, while also trying to avoid getting blasted by their little laser death rays. Then while we're fighting here, we also get different power-ups, like you would imagine from like a twin-stick bullet hell shooter experience. And at its core, this is more or less the game. We have to survive different waves of endless little, well, not endless rats, but waves and waves of murdery rats that want to kill us, presumably for the amusement of other rats, because we are in some type of evil murder arena. And then as we go along, we get introduced to newer and newer enemies that all behave differently. Like there's sniper rats with death rays, and there's shield rats and melee rats that come try to nibble you in the bottom. There's all kinds of stuff to be worried about. And all we've got to our name is our little bubble of cat self, our piece of cheese, and of course our cosmic death ray, which is attached to our murder collar. And with it, we will hopefully escape this evil arena and make it out alive. Now, as you get through different levels, you get the option of choosing a specific upgrade or a specific perk that you want in order to sort of customize the build that you're building with your cat. So we've got some options here. I've got increased fire rate, which is always nice, a chance that our projectile will explode and deal AoE damage, which is tempting, very tempting. We can increase our ammo, which isn't necessarily all that important, or we can have our weapon load a little bit faster. But I think I'm just gonna go with fire rate. That sounds good enough to me. And that's really the name of the game. It's kind of like a roguelite meets a twin-stick bullet hell experience. And I'm not crazy about it, at least not yet, as I haven't gotten super deep into the game yet. But it has a lot of charm to it. Just adding a bunch of different mice and rodents that want to kill you using various specialized alien weapons. Because I always go as far as to say that these aren't your normal run-of-the-mill rats. these are like crazy space alien rats that are all mutated in the future. Okay, so here's an annoying one. That guy there shields them. And then this guy, the little purple guys, they tend to reflect other rats or blasts back at you. So that's really hard to shoot them without your own shots being deflected back in your face. Kind of rude if you ask me, but not terrible. You just gotta be slow, methodical, and aware of yourself, which is part of why I wanted to start this on easy, just to get a feel for the types of enemies that I'll be facing, so that I don't just get wrecked in the first 5 seconds of this little video, because that's something that has been known to happen. Larry has bitten off a little bit more than he could chew on occasion, which, you know, it makes it hard to commentate. So what do I want here? Increases or reduces the dash cooldown. So I didn't talk about the dash yet. Increases max HP by 15% and fully heals your spacecraft. I don't really need that. Let's go with faster projectile speed. That seems pretty good. So the other power that we have that I haven't really needed to use a lot is we can actually right-click to smoosh down our little spaceship and dash across the field of battle for a little bit. So I thought that was kind of neat. Like, they give you all these little mechanics of various different twin-stick bullet hell experiences, and it's a nice little package. It's not quite as crazy as your average bullet hell shooter that I've seen, where I've seen a lot of them where they just overwhelm you with a metric boatload of different enemies. But this one, especially at like the easy difficulty, which is what I'm currently playing it at, they really ease you in slowly so you can kind of get a feel for this enemy first, and then you can get a feel for the next enemy type, and they don't go too crazy trying to eradicate and destroy you right off the bat. Now the other thing that I do have access to is I do have a little bit of a shield. If you notice underneath of my little player icon, I do have a little shield that will recharge and save my bacon in the event that I get chased down by one of those little dog guys that has a bomb in its mouth. Because those guys do AoE damage, and it's often difficult to kill them before they get really up close and personal with you. So what do we got here? Reload weapons, reduces shield recharge to 9 seconds. I'm gonna get the shield recharge. That seems like the best. So the other thing is, those little hearts underneath of my health bar, those are my spare cat lives. Although I feel like this game could have done really well if they had had some sort of riff on cat culture or cat mythology with like something about 9 lives in here. But maybe that's something you could get as like an upgrade or a power-up where you could get like the cat of 9 lives. Where you've got, oh hello, you are not nine. Ooh, the laser sight. Ooh, that's actually really cool. I can see where I'm gonna hit before it hits. Excellent. So I'm trying to decide what these other rats are spitting at me. They're like these little glowing orbs of murder. And they kind of look like they're snot rockets. Like they're blowing snot rags at us, which I guess would make a bit of sense. These are gross rats and mice. They're not exactly known for their cleanliness unless they're a house-bred rat or a house-bred mouse. Oop, this guy's got a big shield. I'm gonna leave you alone for the moment, sir. I'm gonna kill all your friends first, so... Ah, okay. Or this guy could instantly kill me by running into me, that's new. Alright, I know what the red guys do now. I can't just take a moment to itch my eye while I play. So that's one of my lives gone, that's unfortunate. So increase fire rate by 20% to 25%. Why is that a range? I don't know. That's just the thing. Increased size of your projectile. Ooh, this might be interesting. So this will make my bullets bigger, which might make them hit better or something. I'm gonna go with this. This seems like really useful. So let's go here. So what do we got? I gotta kill all the mice. I need to eat your faces. It's literally Flavor Town here, and you're invited. Oh, these guys zip-zop around. That's annoying. Where did you go? Come here. You're gonna die. Ow, 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 ow. You are a butthole. What the heck? That's a dude that's laser beam follows you. That's annoying. Alright, well that's new. Wow, that really ramped up fast all of a sudden to like really specifically dangerous enemies that are really buttholey. So if you see a white beam or a yellow beam like this, be very, very careful because it means that this guy's got like death ray laser eyes, and this guy shoots little balls of string. Now that just seems like you're trying to taunt me, if I'm honest, like big time. So now I pierce so that this guy's shield doesn't stop me anymore. And you know, that is a nice attention to detail that I like. Like, the reflection shields do not affect you if you have a pierce power-up, which you might not necessarily have without really thinking about it. Like, that's the kind of detail I would expect from like a game like The Binding of Isaac. So we got reduced dash by 10%, increased max movement speed. I'm gonna go with heal. I think I need some healing. We're kind of getting beat up a little bit here and there. So wave starts in 3. And I guess when I die, I kind of get ranked for my performance throughout the level so far. And then I get a certain amount of money to spend in the store on like cosmetic stuff. Which is kind of a neat little reward system to keep me interested in playing this game. Because if you're really good at twin stick shooters, even if you play on like the most difficult setting, you could end up like really running out of stuff to do in this game very quickly. I think it would be kind of interesting to allow you to buy other default weapon types that you could run around with that have different effects. So far I just have the kitty pwn laser, which is not bad, like don't get me wrong, I like it. But, oh, that's the bad touch. So are you. Nope, bad doggy. Bad. Larry wants to, oh, okay, I guess Larry doesn't want to live because you're gonna run right into me. So how did I do? I didn't do great, but I did better than this guy, whatever this guy's name is. And it looks like the current, guy got 30,000 points. I think this game is actually endless to some degree. I think it is. So let's buy a cosmetic real quick and see what this looks like. So I don't know how to fly around. I want the burrito. That's like right off the bat, like the little egg roll burrito thing. That's a must. So let's see what it's like if I step it up to the medium difficulty and see how this changes. I mean, right off the bat, I have a burrito, so I already win as far as I'm concerned. So it looks like the enemies come a little bit faster, and they're probably a little bit more deadly. The bullets seem to travel about the same speed as they did before, which is fine. Yeah, I guess it just kind of ramps you up slowly and then starts to throw really annoying, gnarly mice enemies at you. Ooh, infinite ammo, that's gonna be handy. I think the only thing that this kind of disappoints me a little bit is that this isn't more top-down bullet hell shooter with some really crazy, zany explosions and lasers. But I can also understand that there is a market for people that don't need a ultra fast-paced version of this game. And I often find myself as one of them, and the only reason I'm somewhat decent at games like these is just because I am a YouTuber, and I have previewed so many of them over the years. So I have kind of a little bit of practice under my belt. I've got a few extra belt loops that other people don't necessarily have. So this is Spacecats with lasers, the Outer Space edition. I don't know if that's just the title or what that's about, but it's a cute little game. I don't think it's going to be supremely expensive. Let me tab out here really quick and double check what it's supposed to be. It's going to be a $3 title, and it's made from Bitten Toast Games in conjunction with several other individuals, and it looks to be pretty good. Like, I like the idea. It's kind of fun and cartoony, although it's a little slow for my taste. And I'm not entirely convinced I like the angle. Like, I feel like I might like a top-down experience just a little bit better. But take that with a grain of salt. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of this genre of game, so this might be more something that you're used to playing at home and are like really fast-paced, almost like some of those crazy arcade bullet hell shooters that you would have gotten from Japan back during like the 80s and the 90s. Those were always really fun, but those were also kind of crazy at the same time. So you had to be kind of careful. Uh-oh, this Deathrays. We got Deathrays. Where are you? Where are you, Deathray boy? Stop biting me. Stop it. Oh, apparently you have to, like, dodge away from the bitey mice with your dash ability if you don't want to get murdered. That's good to know. Like, that's actually a really useful mechanic, that everything kind of functions in together in some way or form. Like, that's kind of neat. Now, things are getting kind of deadly for Larry, though, so I'm gonna have to be kind of careful that I don't get exploded. Because this is where things can get kind of hairy. Where you don't have a lot of upgrades, you don't have a lot of ammo, and the enemies start to build up and get in the way of killing the dude that's protecting them with a shield. So, yeah, I like the game. Like, it's a good concept. Little slow is my only gripe. I'm not entirely sold on this angle, but overall, it's funny. Like, it's fun, it's got a nice cartooniness to it, and I like the fact that you can customize your cat to have, like, a burrito that you sit on. Like, that's great. I would definitely add, like, a free DLC to this game where you add more costumes, more upgrades, more enemies, and maybe after you're done escaping from the rodents, then you have to fight, like, all the other animals that cats fight with. Maybe the birds are next. And you fight, like, on, like, an orbital platform over a planet. I don't know, there's lots of places you could go with this, and I'd be interested to see if they expand it beyond this. So I would recommend this. It seems like a fun game. But see for yourself. I mean, that's what the purpose of this video is. I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and toodaloo.